and it's that same one. The best. Thank you so much for your patience. We had a stats test. So my AP statistics class, I have a summer packet, and they had a test for chapter 1 today already. So there was very high stress. I don't know if you noticed it when you walked in the room. It was like a testing vibe happening, but we do not have that situation here. We're good. Okay, so number 9, these are evaluate problems. So we're going to plug these things in for the letters. So I have -5 in for x, -5 minus y, and I want to make sure to put that -1 in parentheses so I can see very clearly. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do is make this plus because it's two negatives right next to each other. So -5 minus 5 plus 1. -5 minus 5 is -10 plus 1 is -9. You guys get -9 already without me? Yeah. Okay. And this one, y is 6. 6 times -2 over 2. And -2 divided by 2 is -1. So this is 6 times -1, which is -6. Is anyone thinking to themselves, man, I wish the ones on the worksheet last night were as easy as these ones? I think there's a lot less going on with these problems. Wow. Okay, any questions about the warm-ups? Okay, now can you find that homework for me, please? The homework from last night. No, the order of operations evens one. Rocker didn't escape yet. This guy here. I want to give you guys the even answers so you can check them and then go over any that we need to go over. Okay. Number 2 is -8. Number 4 is 1. Number 6 is -2. Keep in mind that if you just have these numbers jotted down, I'm not going to stamp it. You need to show all the steps. Number 8 is -4. Number 10 is 14. And number 12 is -1. Number 14 is 24. And number 16 is 6. Okay, you guys. So which ones of those do we need to talk about? None? Okay. You sure? You're sure? You're sure? I'll be like SpongeBob. Are you sure? You're sure? You're sure? Are you sure? You're sure? You're sure? You're sure? Okay. Okay. Now I need to tell you guys something. This is unfortunate. I got a jury duty summons for next week. I have everything in my life crossed that I'm not going to have to go because I don't want to miss the second week of school. And I already bought a bunch of spirit wear for next week. And I have adorable spirit outfits planned for every single day. And I do not want to miss that. Now, Miss Morgan says that I should just wear those outfits to jury duty, which would be fun. And maybe I would be so crazy dressed that they wouldn't pick me and then I could come back to work faster. It's a strategy I could try. But the reason I'm telling you this is what we are going to do today is a review thing. And what we're going to do Monday is a newish thing. And I'd rather do that today than Monday. So we're going to flip flop the 2 days just in case. Okay, so find your stamp sheet side of your packet. And we are going to flip these 2 days. Today we're going to do 25 and 26 and the angle relationships foldable. And the homework is going to be the quiz 1 review. So you guys have a quiz on Tuesday. There's 3 questions. Order of operations question, tile pattern, and function machine. But it's all in your quiz review. So that's going to be the homework. And then we'll do 15 to 24 on Monday instead. Now, 15 to 24, actually, I have a printout for it, which I wanted to make sure to get to you because you said for straight row. All these little things in the short-term memory. Okay. So we're going to do the angle relationships foldable today, and we're going to do some tile pattern stuff. 25 and 26 is actually in your packet. It's a resource page, and you'll be able to spot it real easy. It's tile patterns. I'm going to do the first one with you on the screen, and then I'm going to let you finish it in your groups because everyone can do tile patterns pretty well. But I want to make sure that we understand what to do with the first one. And then while you guys are working on the rest of the tile patterns, I'm going to stamp your homework from last night, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's do this first one. So we have figure 0, figure 1. And what I like to do and what most of the directions say is you should shade the new tiles in each figure. So if I start with these 3 original ones, that means that in figure 1, all of those ones were new. Okay. That's nope. This is why I do erasable pen. Okay, so this had 6, so I made this 7, added the 1 on the end, and then they're going to be 4 tall. Okay. Okay, so figure 0 has 3 tiles. 8. After I get the first 2 and I see what I'm adding, then I get too lazy to count them. So I just make a little like Amazon arrow here, make it like +5, and then I'm just going to add 5 each time in my table. You can't always do that, but if they're adding the same thing each time, you can. Okay, how are we doing so far? You guys okay? Okay, now I'm going to graph the dots over here. And you have to, this is very important. When you're graphing the dots, do not connect them. Don't connect them. No connecting them. Resist the urge to connect them. You want to connect them so bad, but you shouldn't. Does anybody know why we should not connect that? It's so enticing. I really want to do it. Does anybody know why we shouldn't? And it's not proper to connect that. Well, let me tell you this. Is there a figure 1.5? Is there a figure 0.7? Is there a figure -3? No. So we shouldn't connect them because there's just figure 0, figure 1. There's no figures between these for the dots that would be between these if we connected that. Okay, last thing for this tile pattern is the equation. And this I saved for last because I wasn't sure if everybody remembered how to do it. I'm sure this is 8th grade, but it's been a while. It goes like this: y equals growth times x plus figure 0. So the equation goes y equals growth times x plus figure 0. Okay, the growth in this problem is 5. So y equals 5x plus, and then how many tiles are in figure 0? 3. Beautiful. Okay, now notice that one's done. Notice tile pattern number 2 is a weird one. They gave you the equation, so you don't have to sit and think about that one because that's not linear. This one, it's gonna be strange. The dots are not gonna be in a line. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be curvy. Okay, take a look at the back. They gave you all the other equations, so you should be good with that. Do you understand the directions for the 4 tile patterns? So you're going to color in the new boxes, draw any figures that you need to, fill in the table, and plot the dots on the graph and resist the urge to connect them. Got it? Okay. Can you guys give me a time estimate of how long you think you need still? 3, 4 more minutes? Ish? Are you done? Are you waiting for me? Who is done? Okay. Oh, which calculator? That one? Yeah, it's second and then squared. On that last one, guys, you don't need to shade anything because there's no new tiles happening. Tiles are disappearing. If you want to indicate like how much they're disappearing by shading, that's okay. But you don't have to shade anything. Okay, if you guys are waiting, you can watch up here. I'm going to start cutting the flaps of my foldable. The flaps are these little dashed lines. So right here. If you see somebody at your table that's still doing their tile patterns, you could help them out by cutting. Okay, so this is the only things I cut were the little flaps. And the little flaps should fold down like this. Oh, that's okay. There's a bunch of pictures. Right. And then okay, so let's talk about angle pairs. This is an 8th grade concept. You guys should have at least done some things with angle pairs last year. when I had my Math 1 class last year, there were a lot of students that knew them and had memorized them. There are a lot of students who had seen them before but forgot them. And then there were a lot of students who hadn't seen them ever. So I don't know. Every eighth grade teacher's different, maybe. But these are supposed to be done in eighth grade. And they come up in your homework in Math 1, and they're used a lot in Math 2, a lot. So we like to make this foldable for you so that you can use this as a reference as you're doing homework and things come up. But this is kind of what it should look like. So each little definition has its own little flap like that. Kind of fun. I like arts and crafts. Better than writing in a notebook, I say. Okay, but now we need to go back through and fill out the definitions and things. And we're going to start underneath the flap of angle pairs. So if you guys could find that big one, that's kind of the start. And so things to fill in. Okay. A transversal is a line that intersects a pair of parallel lines. Can you guys show me with your arms what parallel lines look like? Yeah. Nice. Okay. When this happens, 8 different angles are created. These angles can be made into pairs. What's wrong? Okay, can be made into pairs of angles which have special names and might be either interior or exterior angles. I like to think of like the interior of my car or the exterior of my car. So interior is inside. And the exterior is outside. So inside the parallel lines or outside the parallel lines, interior or exterior. Okay. Scooch over to the first angle pair, which is corresponding. And we're just going to mark one example on each one so it doesn't get too confusing. 2 and 6 are an example of corresponding. There's a bunch of them, though. Do you guys know another one? 1 and 5, 7 and 3, 4 and 8. But we're just going to mark one so we don't get too confused by our own diagram. Okay, corresponding angles are on the same side of the transversal. They are at the position at each intersection, meaning that where it crosses, corresponding angles are equal. And then we chose angle 2 and angle 6. So that symbol is angle. So you say that word angle in your mind when you see that symbol. Do you guys know this already? Do you have it memorized or is it rusty? Okay, good. So it's good we're doing it then. And you have this with you, you can keep it forever. So, okay. Next one, alternate interior. I'm going to mark 3 and 6. There's one more pair of alternate interiors. Yes. Yes, perfect. 4 and 5. Great. Alternate interior angles are both interior angles, but on opposite sides of the transversal. Their measures are equal. Angle 3 and angle 5 are alternate interior. That's supposed to be a 6, huh? Yeah. Luckily, the number 5 is easily made into a number 6. Okay, now when you're ready, rotate the foldable around to the other side. Actually, no, they open up down like this. Okay, weird. That's weird. Okay, supplementary. Two angles are supplementary when they add up to 180 degrees. Beautiful. Okay, so there's a lot of supplementary ones on here. Let's choose 1 and 2. Angle 1 plus angle 2 equals 180. And I like to draw that little arc on there because it reminds me that it's half a circle. And a circle is 360, so half a circle is 180. Okay, next one. Vertical angles are opposite of each other, but share the same vertex. Vertex means the point in the middle of the angle. Their measures are equal. Let's do 1 and 4 for our verticals, but there's lots of verticals. Okay, same side interior angles are both interior angles, but on the same side of the transversal. Their measures add up to 180. Let's do 3 and 5. Same side interiors. Okay, last one, and then there's a couple of practice things on the back. Alternate exterior angles are both exterior angles and on opposite sides of the transversal. Their measures are equal. Let's do 1 and 8. Okay, so that's all of them. Now flip over to the back side. There's a couple of example problems on the back. For each of the following, name the angle pair and then find the missing angle. Okay, so angle pair would be 84 and the question mark. What type is 84 and the question mark? Anybody know? perfect. Alternate interior. Alternate interiors are equal. I think that means the next one's going to be added 180. And the missing angle is also 84 degrees because they are equal. Bless you. Bless you. You're allergic to angle pairs. Okay, next one. 100 and the question mark are what? Yeah. Beautiful. Same side interiors adds to 180. So that means the missing angle has to be 80. Okay, now scooch over to the next one where there's actually algebra involved. Oh no. Okay. What type of angle pair are the two marked angles? Nice. Write an equation and then solve to find the measure of the missing angles. Okay, alternate exteriors are equal. So that means that this algebra is equal. -1 plus 14x equals 12x plus 17. Okay, and then again, I always start with the one that has a letter on it that's the lowest and undo that first. Okay, now this is not done. X equals 9, true, but it didn't say find x. It said solve to find the measure of the missing angles. So we have to plug the 9 in. And they should match if I did it correctly. Okay, so for the rest of the period, I want you guys to either work on the homework, which is the quiz review worksheet. I'll show it again. It's right here. It's just this one page. It only has 3 questions. There's some A and B, but it's only the one side. And then, or work on your digital escape if you still need to finish that. Any questions about what you should be doing? And then please put the scissors and things back in the box and I'll come pick those up.